Yeah, really hyped. Getting later into the group stages. Uh, Only the best players remaining. Yeah, right. I feel like this matchup, Hausa probably will have the initiative and decide the tempo of the game early on if they want to put the pressure on or go some economic build, because they can get a lot of trading posts down early on in the game. It's a map also with a safe stagecoach for both players, so definitely a lot of options. Samby going for 3 villagers. So really standard stuff for the Hausa player. He's been picking up a lot of good treasures actually. Some 50 coin with Pikeman over there. Now he's gonna work on this brown bear. Get himself a nice 40 wood as well.
Yep, that should be better. Yeah, so what Samby's going to be looking to do is he's going to go for as many TPs as he can because Hausa gets benefits from all of the TPs. And so I expect him to go for the Nat TPs, which we should check out which two have spawned on this map. I believe House of Vasa spawns on this map, and then it looks like that's Wetton. So,
Lots of wedding, as you were saying.
and then
And
House of
Vasa.
Vasa. Okay. So he can use his influence to get an economic shipment. So that 4 torps is pretty good. And then he can also make his units have more HP. And then that card is, or that tech's pretty awesome as well. But it's a little bit later into the game.
Yeah, 4 tops and a settler for 250 food and 300 wood seems pretty good.
Well, you only get the settler if you're Italy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But it looks like Breeze is aging up at the standard time. 17
Yeah.
vills. Going up with the governor, which is pretty standard. And Moroccan. I wonder, I think
Interesting.
that's the, what is it? The Corsair Marksman. So kind of how Kanisi likes to play Hausa.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong strat indeed. I think you also send the university card in transition. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
The House of Kingdom.
Yep, so you send it when it gets to that bottom left-hand corner, because that's about 40 seconds out, and it takes 40 seconds for the shipment to come in, and you want it to hit just as soon as you age up.
Okay.
Because then you
Makes a lot
get,
of sense.
it changes what you get depending on what age you're in. And I wonder if Samby is just having that auto build. Because it's cheaper if it's auto building, and then your explorer can come and build it at the right speed.
Okay, that's a cool trick.
Yep, so he'll age up,
And
and then right after he'll get his things as well. So,
university, a trade builder as well.
yep, so the
And it's
university
crazy.
University will go next to probably right there where, like above where that Treasure Guardian is, so that he can get the TC and the TP. I'm not sure if this will get the TP as well.
I have to see for the end of the building to be constructed, see the radius. No, no, don't see it actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's just the TC in there. But you get extra influence for what units are within that radius. And the radius is pretty big. So Breeze,
Pretty being sent.
yep, and he's going with an architect first, which I think is the way that I like to play it. Just have an architect. They work twice as fast when there's two of them. So you get as much value, because usually it takes like 120 seconds to build a Lombard, but it drops it down to 60, and then everything else that they're building is twice as fast. So you kind of get diminishing returns as you build more of them, unless like you have 4 of them per se. Then you could have
Okay.
2 building 2 things.
It's also really nice to have a unit that builds buildings rather than your settlers, so you don't waste any building time and actually gather resources meanwhile.
Right. It's a pretty good bonus for them. And then you can also do things like building second TCs, which they kind of just do over time. So you can, as long as you have an army out on the field, you're kind of protecting
Right.
that
Can you
long train
combine the
time.
architect with the explorer building the town center?
You can, but you have to pay for it. So
Okay.
only the architects can build stuff that isn't being paid for. However, if you pay for it, then the villagers can build it as well. So you can have like an almost finished barracks with your architects pay for it, have your villagers finish it, and then have your architects go and do other things. And
Yeah,
as
that makes a lot of sense.
and then as we could see, Samby's going for Jav Rider, Corsair Marksman. So this is like a Skirm Goom comp.
Yeah. Then H2 with two native TPs and a stagecoach behind his line as well.
Yep. So what is he building there? Are those the 2 arquebusiers? Okay, so he's getting these from, I believe that's from the House of Hausa. Because House of Wetton have like pikemen or halbs. And then that was
Yeah,
an
so fast.
yep.
Yeah, I spelled again from those.
So these are like skirms that benefit from promotions. I think they get longer range as they kill things. So I think they can get up to 20 or no.
They start
These
with
are
15 range, which is a bit low, so that would make sense, yeah.
I think they get okay, so these ones and then as you upgrade them to like veterancy they gain range as well.
Okay.
But right now they just have
Uh,
15 range.
So Revnak, he's gonna reach H3. He's been training a few musketeers from his barracks and aging with the musketeers as well. So yeah, he's gonna go for 2 falconets first, which is what he basically needs to handle these skirmishers, although this is gonna be really tough for Samby to push in this base. There's TC and Tower Fire on the skirmishers as well. And Javelin Riders aren't that great versus musketeers.
Yeah, but I'm not actually too scared for Sammy. Like Breeze didn't build as much units as you can build as Italy. Like he is up faster and he will get out his falconets quicker. But Italy is kind of they like to have a little bit of pressure on the map because they want to be gathering resources. They don't have like too many eco cards early. So you need to be gathering resources. He's doing a good job with the Lombards to make sure that he's getting XP for shipments. Because the way the Lombards work is that if you have resources being converted after sending Ufezi, you get XP trickle from your Lombards. So each of those Lombards, that's 2.5, that's like 2.5 TPs. Plus he has a
Wow.
church, so that's another TP, essentially.
Wow, yeah. I was wondering how he was able to send so many shipments in a row, but yeah, his XP curve is really good at this point.
Yep.
He's searching veteran musketeers and shipping 9 as well. Looks like he's gonna try to get out of his base and apply some pressure with the cannons and these massive musketeers.
Yeah, he
What is
has.
Samby doing?
Samby's just massing. So he has a decent mass already. And as you can see, he's about to pop like 13 units.
Yeah, that's a lot of Javelin Riders.
The other nice thing about the Javelin Riders is only one pop. So they're kind of like Reuters. Oh, he wants to back up and...
Ooh, we should be able to get a good volley on the cannon, but yeah, gonna take a lot of damage there. Oh, he decides to stay in to snipe the other one.
I actually like this. Like, now he has a bunch of skirms versus just musketeers. There's no cav on the way, so...
I think he's got... the trade was probably better for Revnak in terms of resources and the value, but yeah, the composition favors Samby by a lot now, and he should be able to apply a lot of pressure in the back of that.
And this is kind of where it gets really scary for Italy, actually. The reason being is they don't have skirms in H2 or H3. So all he has is musketeers, and his two falcons are gone. So he's not going to get cannons until he ages up um, to H4. But he's going for the Albania company, which it's a really strong shipment.
Yeah, I do like it. I mean, he reduced the amount of Javelin Riders by a lot, so
Yeah.
makes sense to go for a cap switch now.
So it's like it's like Musk Husk on steroids.
Pretty much, yeah, the Stradiats are really strong, obviously, in Bosniak as well.
Yeah, Bosniaks are like Stradiats with MOBA abilities. So Samby should suspect something like this coming up. And he really got to... Breeze is doing a good job of focus firing down the Jav Riders, because if he can get rid of those, there's not really much holding back this cav. And then he can also pop these cav from the Basilica, which I'm guessing that's where they're going to come from.
Wow, yeah, and he's only got 7 Javelin Riders. Some of them are on the other side of Revnak's base, and what? These traders are just not gonna die.
He can also throw him
Some
into melee.
reinforcements on the way.
Melee would do really well, because they do extra damage in melee. Like, they do well at range, but they also do really well in melee. And Sammy doing a great job of just spreading out his units, because these units do area damage, and as you get in there, they go. And as those units kill more units, they get
And they
promoted.
get promoted as well. 700 HP on this one.
Yep, and they just clean house on those skirmishers. And now musketeers, because they can close the gap, they're actually doing quite well.
Wow, what a turn of events. Half the shipment is still alive. There's still one traded and two Bosniak on the field, and the Musketeer mass was pretty much untouched, so...
Yeah, I mean, I actually still think it's really close, because Breeze has spent a lot for that. He lost a few villagers, and Hausa really hasn't had any damage to them. Like, sure, they've lost a lot of units, but they're kind of allowed to make these trades.
Yeah, his ego is still pretty intact. He didn't receive any pressure. He's still got 2 TP stagecoach behind that, and the native training post as well. Gonna take him a while to remass, and I wonder what Revnak's follow-up is going to be here. Are we gonna see some industrial gameplay, or is he gonna stick to H3?
He has to go H4. Like, he's out of shipments in H3. He doesn't have a very good unit comp in H3. And so he just sent in that Janison finances, which means he puts 1,500 coin inside of his Lombards to switch out. And then he can also, as that is getting converted to food and wood, he can just switch it from... He can just put food and wood in there to get coin, so he can age up. As we can see, that's what his macro is kind of looking at. He's got to watch these Javelin Riders, though. And then once Italy gets to H4, they can just make the skirms, and the skirms will outclass Samby's
skirms are insane. Oh, it's like a fight is about to happen.
And those...
Just like somebody knows he has to like make a push and try to do something about Italy's army, but once again. Oh, and now the Javelin Riders are in contact with the Musketeers.
Oh, Dervishes will do very well here. And Breeze is aging now. Now, I mean,
Yeah,
now's Samby's time.
yeah, he has to do make something happen, right? Revnak is soon out of resources in his base, and well, he still has gold mines. Obviously, he's building a town center now, but he's gonna be out of food soon.
Yeah, and the rest of the food's in that middle map. So, and the skirms are actually relatively expensive, but maybe Breeze goes for the 25 bourbon riflemen, which are the musketeers that are really strong in H4. They get upgraded to H4. But I think Breeze is gonna, or Samby's gonna find this TC going up because he has some units looping in on the south side. There are
It's
the
looking like
Bills,
it.
and like being H4 is great for Italy. However, if they have no res coming in, because there's 30 Bills idle in that TC.
Wow, yeah, it's
Like,
huge part of his eco being idle right there.
and then can we see what is coming in? The Black Company. Okay, so
Yeah, Black Company engineer with the engineers. Well, is that the Papal Guard units?
no, that's three Falconets. So that's why he's pairing
Okay.
it with like a Musketeer anti-cav shipment. So
Hmm.
these will come out probably again at the Basilica. I don't think it'll go out at that TC. Okay, he has it at the home TC. And he just needs a few moments for this to come in.
I feel like he's gonna be alright, because obviously skirmish or dragoon type of units don't have the greatest siege, and this is just impossible to push with Javelin Riders.
I mean, there's only 11 Musketeers there, but now the armor,
Wow, 5 Black Riders, like Pistis.
yep, that'll deter it. And Samby actually probably does want to go to H3 now, just to get Colps. Like the rest of his army can deal with those units, but he has really no answer for the 3 Falcons right now.
Hmm.
Um, and then the factory, that'll help with Breeze not having any of the maps, so he doesn't have really any sorts of income, so he can just switch his factory to food. But it'll be,
Lombards ran out.
yeah, it'll be interesting if, oh, he doesn't want to lose units for free. Like, if Samby can age, which he's aging right now, he just needs to understand that he needs to go for. I would cancel those 5 units at the House of Wetton because he needs influence to make Colves.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then those units Shadow Tech.
Samby reaching the Fortress Age. He's gonna have a ship soon. See what he decides to go for.
Also, if you hover over that first like big button thing there on his Q bar. Okay. I wonder if that includes Javelin Riders. Because if it does, it makes them extra tanky. Like just slightly a little bit more tanky. And would be interested.
Just like a big button he has to activate at some point, right? Or is it passive bonus?
It's a button, so I think it's for 30 seconds.
Right.
So you just click that before a fight happens. It's kind of like the uh, the India one, inspiration. So you just click it before a fight
Yep.
happens, and your units are a little bit better. And he's using the House of Hausa, which makes his villagers gather 25% faster.
Wow. Yeah, it's for 30 seconds as well. But yeah, it's gonna boost his income by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a passive thing to do. Oh, he has griots.
Oh boy,
I don't
the
know.
annoying noise.
I mean, they do well. It's just I don't know if he wants to jump into a fight with armored pistoliers and
What does
black
Guigs have
riders.
behind that? He's finally
So
training some Bersiglieri.
yeah, so far he's just been focusing on his eco. I think he's macroing, so he'll probably send
Muskets,
the muskets. Yep.
I assume. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And yeah, I mean, if he can get more time to now build some Bersiglieri from 2 barracks and seeing how strong these guys are with the support of 3 cannons and a lot of anti-cavalry to help them covering those, then he's gonna be in a good spot. But Sammy is gonna push just before that.
Yeah, I think Samby really just has to deny resources. Like I don't think he wins this fight if he were to take it. Or he could possibly win it, but it would be at a significant cost. Like even if he won this fight, I think it would be a bad trade for him. Ooh, the Aiken. Oh, shoot. Nice raids coming down. So the Saxony Corsairs, those are essentially like French Corsairs.
Yeah, these are the same stats.
And then he
Yeah,
has his pikes on the Black
on the
Riders.
Black Riders, but
But now he wants to dip out. And then
I
there's
don't
that
see him winning this fight. Honestly, this is impossible to push in
and then there's a
without any
raid
kind of
going on.
artillery on your own.
I don't know if those units killed anything, but
I think they either cleaned up that gold mine or forced some idle times. And yeah, it looks like Revnak lost to 1 or 2 wheels there and escaped the remaining others on the outpost.
and then
Some skirmishes in the middle of the map, and the trumpet sound, losing an extra unit there.
when they get their trumpet attack, it buffs the move speed of all the other units around them. So like yesterday, I didn't realize that it buffed all the unit speed, and I had musketeers like
Oh,
moving at 6 speed as they were going off, so I could run my musketeers in and snipe
yeah.
falconets.
I thought he only worked on the god basically array, but I guess he wasn't.
And
And Revnak
yeah,
catching
donating
the raid
his
with Black Riders, but not gonna be a great trade for him.
yeah. Essentially, you would just have your like your skirms are great at catching musketeer raids.
Yeah, because of the 5 speed.
Another thing that Breeze should
So
be
what is
look.
Samby doing? He's sending Leafy Knights now?
I think what he needs is center horseman.
Yeah, this would do good, for sure. If something somehow gets
Oh, he's going
out
for a
of...
big cap switch. And then this is great. Just being annoying on the gold mine. Annoying on the gold
Yep.
mine, annoying in the middle of the map so he can't hunt, and then just pulling back using Breeze's no cav and cannon army that has no mobility and just abusing it as much as he can, which is really well played.
Yeah, I love these tactics of the 2 papal bombards now. Joining the field, and it's gonna be even more artillery. And gonna be tougher and tougher for Samby to deal with this army.
Yeah, not having culverins is not gonna be good for him. But I mean, he does have a lot of cav now, and he does have that big button to make him stronger. It's just there's a lot of musketeer-esque units in there, and he's even researching the better musketeer in melee.
Yep.
So it's
Suck at bayonets.
So it's gonna be like a Jans go forward. All of his musketeers are just gonna be in melee, and as he runs in to try to snipe the cannons, it's gonna be
This could be brutal on the Javelin Riders.
yeah. If you click on the those bourbon units, their melee stats are insane. So 36 damage in melee times 2. So they're doing 72 versus Cav.
Yeah, that's quite a lot indeed.
Those guys do 90.
Even regular muskets do about
54.
54, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they hold their own, but compared to industrial units, like if you upgraded them, they would probably be pretty in line with the bourbon units, but I I mean, Samby just I don't think he realizes that he can get culverins, or I don't think he feels as though it's worth the investment. Because I mean,
Hmm.
if he got them, I could see him winning a fight super hard.
He could, yeah.
So he's going
But
for
then again, you would need a lot of influence to get enough colorings out, because you
well,
probably want at the bare minimum 3.
yeah, 3 or 2. Um, the thing is, he gets influence relatively quickly. It's just he's been spending it on all of the nat units, and then also he wants to upgrade his core, like his cav, because his cav right now is not upgraded.
Yeah, as you were mentioning, and cavalry hit points on the way.
The
And Samby is max popped, so I think it's gonna be go time for him really soon. He's got 17 Leafy Knights. So it's more
but
than 50 course and marksman as well.
can we go to the his racks or his war camp there by the 2 outposts? It's right underneath the house. Oh, we can't see. Because I don't think those are upgraded Lufidi Knights. I think they're just age 2. Oh, and he lost the House of Wet, and so he doesn't get the Cav.
Oh, that is massive.
And then he's going to use the griots on the cannons, which is perfect. So the cannons shoot slower. And it's just a mess.
There's so much cav left. 6 Leafy Knights only though.
Okay,
But
well,
the Javelin Riders are focusing the bombards right now.
yep, so the 2 bombards are down, but the musketeers just going to town on the Javelin Riders. All the Javelin
Wow.
Riders are gone. All the Cav is
He's
gone.
got 2 cannons alive, and the skirmass is untouched as well for Revnak, and these guys are much stronger than the Corsair Marksmen.
Yep. Yeah, it's just killing cannons without culverins in a full maxed army is just too hard to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's just way too many units to body block and cover the cannons.
Yep, and that's exactly where musketeers want to be. They do so well in close range and melee. So it kind of negates that skirm goon. The advantage is you have range and speed, and when you're going in to fight the cannons, you get rid of your 2 advantages.
Yeah,
Uh,
looking really good for Revnak.
yeah, I mean Breeze has just played his comp well, and
Yeah,
it's good game, GG. So I mean, if we look at post-game stats, it's just going to show that Breeze has traded much better this game. Samby has outgathered significantly, but you just see the trades are always in Breeze's favor.
yeah, indeed. And these power spikes, man. From 11 units to 64
Well, yeah.
in 30 seconds.
So that's him sending the Black Company and then getting three Falconets from the age up.
Hmm. Yeah. So click on all resources gathered. Yes, Samby, I had by a lot. More than 15k resources.
Yeah, I think there's just a few things that Samby could have done better. Um, like he played his Civ well with making a lot of units, but I think just the decision of not going for Colves, like you just drop down a palace, don't build like 2 or 3 of those Saxony Corsairs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's 900 influence, and then you can build 2 Culverins from the palace, and that would just sway. It would sway the timing, and then it would also make Breeze have to send 4 Colts of his own. So it would just push back that timing of which he can push, and then let his eco continue to be better. But
Agreed.
GG nonetheless.
Yeah, a really good first game to kick things off.
Yep. So Revnak wins game 1. Samby loses game 1, and then you can go ahead and load up game 2.
Apparently there's no game sound.
There was no game sound.
Nope. Wait, well, you did, right?
Alright guys, we're back. So we fixed the audio, so now you guys can hear the in-game audio. And game 2 is going to be Germany versus the Haudenosaunee. This
Yep,
is,
sorry about the disagreements with the sound. Hopefully it's gonna be better now.
yeah, it's good now. And then, how do you feel about this matchup? I know this is one that you play.
Yeah, on this map, 70% Haudenosaunee favored, I think.
Just because of the extra wood gathering and the
The
dock
dock
start?
starts, the safe resources, the gold mine as well, and you can do all of those and still have a forward ward and denying TPs and things like that. But I know that Germany can do things, and Germany, being Germany, are also really strong in history, and it's not exactly easy to play as Haudenosaunee.
Yeah. So, Germany doesn't really have an age up to age 3. Like, when I play this matchup, or any matchup against Haudenosaunee on water, I like to have like the Caravel age up option. Because typically
Okay.
they're not really investing too much into the water, but your one Caravel can kind of, like, they get the water for 5-6 minutes, but then you kind of can deny it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's also a German build that you can do, which is what Maito does versus Haudenosaunee playing somewhat aggressive with the Wahat mid map. Is you go for Vios with crates and go for an 8 bow timing on the Wahat. And Haudenosaunee really struggles to hold that. And after that push, if things go well for you, you can also follow that up with 2 caravels and start sieging the docks with your land units. Which is also an option, I believe. We'll see what somebody decides to do.
yeah, I definitely think that you can play aggressive here as Germany. One of the civs that do well because you get extra Ulans in age 2. So it will be interesting. I'm excited to see what Samby's approach will be.
Yeah, apparently we still have a problem with game sound.
There should be game sound. It just might be muffled underneath your voice.
Okay, maybe I can raise it a little bit. Or is it gonna be too loud? Just let me know.
I mean, it's just gonna be loud, but yeah, there's definitely game sound. Yeah, you can hear it. It's just quiet, which is, yeah. Some people just need to figure out their sound. Like, if you want all to hear is the game sound, it's just, I think it's fine.
Okay. Alright, so both players aging to the calmest age. Germany went for the market start, which is the standard thing to do nowadays with Germany, since you always start with the coin crate. There's still that good 100 XP treasure to be picked up, and like that Samby is going to be at the training post, the safest from East Town Center. Also bringing a settler wagon. We'll see
Yeah,
what that is for.
maybe he's just doing some kind of outpost, but he's just bringing it down here.
Okay. I thought he was afraid that Revnak would try to kill his hero and that he would have to build with settler wagon, but yeah, okay, so I see where this is going. I think we're gonna see an outpost over there.
And I mean, he has a little bit of line of sight from the House of Vasa.
Okay, what is Revnak doing? He's securing more fishing boats in transition, going for the training post as well, building a longhouse, so not going for the market, which is something you could do when you have 70 coin that you picked up in treasures.
Nice.
Yeah, that's rather aggressive. So it's gonna get scouted, obviously, because Revnak has line of sight
Yeah.
on that outpost, but I'm curious to see how he's gonna react to
Oh,
that.
he builds a canoe. That is interesting. It
That
won't be up
is
in
not
time.
gonna... Mm, yeah, it's just not gonna do much. Okay, Warheart on the dock, this I like. Pretty good reaction in my opinion.
And then just a Rax, and I hope
Six
Samby's sending
tomahawks.
eight crossbow first.
He's
2
not, he's sending
caravels. I mean,
caravels.
those are better than that's better than 8 crossbows in my opinion.
Mm,
It'll nullify the
I... It would
tomahawks.
be if the Warheart wasn't on the dock, but as it is, I don't think he's gonna be able to do much. I mean, he's gonna idle the fishing boats for sure.
Yeah, but
Cheeky wall.
nice little wall there. Crossbows will be fine. I wonder if Samby notices that that's 6 tomahawks. So a lot of times you
Yeah,
think,
that's
oh,
actually a
maybe
good point.
a lot of times you won't realize it's like, oh, that's actually a shipment of tomahawks instead of like a big button.
Some hyenas being trained for Revnak, now sending the full canyon, and yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Um, I'm not sure this is gonna go really well for Germany. He also doesn't have a dog to repair his caravels.
And the caravel was locked on, but he does need to build a barrack or build a dock to repair.
Yeah, sending 8 crossbow now, which is definitely what he needs to hold on to this outpost.
Very
he's
nice.
gonna get a batch of pikes as well, and that's just gonna be really good because Revnak got canyons on the way, and ooh, these tomahawks are gonna get cleaned up.
Yep.
Oh no.
The Conure went the wrong way, and now there's no land units to deal with the pikes. The pikes will just hold off the Conure quite well. All the tomahawks have been cleaned up. Even the hyena getting thrown into melee.
Okay.
Yeah, probably a better trade for Samby overall, and Revnak is really trying to get this outpost down, but I don't see that happening.
Right. I think it'll be very important. Okay, maybe with the canoes now.
Oh, one of the caravels went down.
Yeah, Breeze is doing a good job of making sure that his warhead is shooting at the. Yeah, this is looking dicey for Samby at this point. Now he has enough canoes here that he can deal with the
The
caravel.
remaining caravel, yeah.
And then again, are gonna clean up the remaining units. I mean, Breeze is not focusing down the caravels. The caravel's trading off rather well. He's gonna kill
Yeah,
another
it's doing a lot
canoe,
of damage.
but that'll be the end of that caravel. So unless there's another caravel coming in behind it, so he has the macro for it. He can build another caravel, but will it come out in time?
It probably will. These canoes don't have that much siege, but he needs to kill it right now, yeah. Ooh, the crack shot could have been scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, tough spot to be in as Samby now that he lost his outpost and his water presence. Oh, this is
They need
it's
evac.
scary. Oh, but the hero is snaring. He needs to split up his ulans to get as much damage as possible.
Yep. I mean, he should just top him in the canoes. There you go.
Yeah, that's what he will do.
Now Samby needs to crack shot or bring that caravel and broadside that canoe.
That'd be nice, yeah. It's only 5 hyenas, but yeah, obviously better than nothing. And now Breeze feels comfortable going back to more water boom. Is that caravel popping anytime soon? Yeah,
It's
on the
already
field
out,
now.
yep. So he'll be taking out the canoes. Samby putting his units in a ship. And he's gonna take out the canoes. Oh,
Oh, more crossbows as well.
I mean, super scrappy game.
Yeah, finally 3 settler wagons coming in. Gonna be a nice eco buff for the German economy.
And another caravel.
Now the caravel,
Oh,
this one will go down, but did the job with the canoes for sure.
that hero saved that caravel just enough. Because the hero being alive gave the canoe one extra
It's
shot
gonna
from
be
the caravel.
another deciding point there, because the N is gonna get close to the shore. There are 2 canoes, but the caravel is gonna pop, and the 2 launch might just be enough. Although there's 3 tomahawks flanking. Nice broadside on the canoe.
Yep, and focusing down the tomahawks with the crossbows. And Sammy just
What is
needs to
Revnak up to?
contain. He needs to not let his caravel get shot from the war hut. Because there's only
Yeah.
so much fish in that little corner.
Nice pickup from Samby. He's been training only crossbows so far, but he's probably confident that Revnak has been investing so much wood on units and canoes that he doesn't have a stable up yet. Slowly sieging down the barracks from distance.
Yeah, but I kind of like this with... Oh, and advanced warships coming in now.
So really committing to this stage 2 play. He's not giving up his forward base. He's gonna just rebuild it. Should probably repair that dock as well.
Yep.
And he will be able to train another caravel soon, I feel like.
Right, what he can continue to do is continue to broadside these canoes and not ever really take a fight. Because he kills right there. He kills them in one shot, so every few minutes he gets, like, he can deny 100 wood from Breeze. And Breeze thinks he is strong enough, but there's a tower there to...
Yeah, tower spot's pretty strong versus canoes, and yeah, every time the broadside goes on one of the canoe, that's 100 wood wasted for a Revnak. And the score is steady even.
Yeah, like, that's 1,000 wood sitting in the thing doing nothing.
Yeah. Finally stable going up for Revnak. And I feel like it's probably the situation you want to be in as Haudenosaunee, right? Long H2 versus Germany. Eventually you're gonna stack up upgrade on your infantry. You have way stronger infantry than the German crossbows, obviously, and cannons as well. And yeah, big button being called, some tomahawks being chained, 600 wood being shipped, so he's gonna get a really strong power spike soon. To gather those crates and get a good batch of cannon out.
Ooh, Kanye could be scary here, because he only has 5 pikes, and that's like one crack shot from the Explorer.
Yeah, all it takes is one guy to bring the pikes down.
And nice little pick here. I mean, those Ulans were probably dead, so getting a couple swings off.
Yeah, not a bad trade at all. So let's see how this goes. Samby, the cheeky little wall, which I like a lot. So
Oh, it's not gonna...
Kanye are gonna be able to get past through, and they probably will kill the settler wagon as well.
Yep, that settler wagon's gonna go down. And now Dops.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I like that a lot. This is the perfect timing, right? If you can get a batch of 5 plus the 3 popping from the tower. But he needs to buy some time until then, and I don't think he will be quite able to do so.
But there's going to be 5 dops popping right onto those hyena.
Yeah, saving the
He just has to
crossbows, which is a
finish.
good play.
Yep, he finishes the batch. Dop pop.
Oh, they're popping on the wrong side though, but there's gonna be 3 more from the tower in a second.
3 more. I mean, this is the only time that dops get this kind of value.
Are they focusing the hero though?
Yeah, it is unfortunate that they're focusing the hero and not as much value as they could have gotten.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
this would have gone a bit better for Samby, but meanwhile the 2 caravels have gone down.
Yep. And I mean, Samby's gonna age now.
But he's gonna lose a lot of infrastructures.
And did Breeze must have gone advanced warships as well. Are his canoes just no?
No, they still have base stats. Doesn't have water dance or anything.
I was wondering because that tower just didn't seem like it was doing much damage to the
And he's
canoes.
also doing the right thing, right? There's no respawns on the shore, so just send some Canny to raid and try to annoy Germany as much as possible because you can smell the age upcoming.
Right. It's 14 minutes in, so typically that means that your opponent's going to be a little bit further out on the map. Breeze trying to get both. Does he get both? Very nice. That was very nice micro from Breeze.
Damn.
And then continuing to look for more hurting vills.
Wow.
And now
So
honestly,
many years were idle all this
Yep.
time.
Breeze should just sit back, go follow up and
Yeah.
age as well.
He's
Wow.
up to stage 2 though. I mean, he's got so many units on the way. I don't think German can hold that with just a stage 3 military shipment.
And he could get another 2 vills. So ecos are, they're even, but all of Samby's eco is going to be in the TC. Calling Minutemen a little bit early.
Yeah, I kind of want to save the dispatch of skirmishers, but
Yeah,
the war wagon though.
the war wagons will get out, but it looks like one might go down as soon as it pops. It's good micro, but
Revnak's just going in. The Hyenas are not shooting though.
yeah, the hyenas got body blocked by all of the villagers, and pretty much all of the tomahawks are down. But the war wagons are down, and now there's still a couple Kanyas, so this will probably
Yeah,
be
some
about
saddle
the
wagons
end.
are gonna go down.
Yep. And the market delete.
Damn, GG. and the market deletes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this game as well, just super close.
Yeah, it was super close. Could have gone either way, and just came down to a few micro things on the shore side, and eventually Revnak taking the lead there.
Yeah, Germany always, they get into a tough spot, kind of, that they have to use Ulans as anti-cav. Because pikemen don't really do it too well, and you can go into dops, but again, they don't do too well versus 5-speed hyena. Like a hyena can just run away.
Good stops, yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, Samby did the right idea. Try to deny the water, be aggressive. He always had his TP up, but just over time, there's just a few too many bad trades that eventually Breeze got the upper hand. And I think if Samby invested more into units, he might have held that push a little bit better if he had more Ulans there to threaten the Yanimass, but overall, very good game again.
Oh, it wasn't the delete marker, it was
Oh,
just the canoe sieging it.
okay.
But yeah, totally agree about what you said. Perhaps it's like, I mean, this is just the consequences of losing the tower and that Rax early on, and he had to spend the wood to reinvest into that forward military base, and had to join some caravels as well. So yeah, his land army wasn't the greatest, because usually with Germany around 8 minutes you should be totally comfortable spamming from double racks if you do this kind of crossbow spike stuff.
Yeah, I think one thing that Samby could do a little bit better in the water contesting is if he would build that dock. If that dock went down earlier, he wouldn't lose his caravels, and then there's really no way that Breeze can ever push that position if you don't lose the caravels.
Yeah, agreed.
Just spending 200 res makes it so that your 2 caravels never die, and then again you kind of get back into that, instead of just having 1 broadside every minute or so, you get 2, so you can be either broadsiding the fishing boats or broadsiding the canoes as they pop out. And then if you really want to invest in it, you can go armor plating, which makes it so your caravels never die. And then there's really
True.
nothing that Haudenosaunee can do to contest water at that point.
It is, yeah. It's also, I mean, a really expensive tech, obviously. 400 wood, 400 coin, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Armor plating, so yeah, not something you can quite afford early on.
Right. But again, well played by both. And Breeze is now up 2-0.
Yeah.
And we're back, boys. It's currently 2-0 for Revnak. And we have Italy versus Portugal on Scandinavia. So this will be interesting. This is kind of a Portuguese map. The reason being is that you have two sides of water. And that's a total of 8 whales on this map. I believe there's
It's
8.
quite a lot indeed.
Yeah, there's 4 on each side, so there's 8 whales, which is a lot. So it will be another water map, and we're gonna see how Samby tries to contest water.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that with Italy, because I don't think we've seen Italy going for water contest at all yet in these tournaments, unless I missed some games.
Not really. Like I've seen, like usually Italy's played on land maps because you don't really have. I haven't really seen too many water options. I do know that Ezad played them on water because you do get some text on water and you can use that to make more vills. So it's kind of like playing British, except instead of spending it on manor houses, you spend it on text. So, and as you can see, Samby's doing something with gold first, which I'm intrigued to figure out what this is. Maybe he's going for steel traps first.
So you can get steel traps in age 1 with Italy.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like that's what
Yeah.
he's going to do. I thought you would just like buy 100 wood to do something else, but yeah. He dropped the house with the architects. Yeah, it looks like steel traps indeed.
And Breeze is already in the back of his base. I think Breeze got that.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Samby was a little bit far away from the thing, so as he killed the Guardian, his Explorer had to walk a little bit.
Okay, in steel chopping wood, so do you think he's gonna go place some mines as well?
And at this point, yep. So 75 wood. So full greed for Samby here. Like he is getting placer mines, but he doesn't have a villain queue. There we go. So he gets the villain queue first, and then as that Vill's training, he can get placer mines as well.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And yep, as you mentioned, Revnak is going for schooners first. Let's have a quick look at his deck. Heavy water deck. Not many unit shipments. Mamelukes, 2 organ guns, 2 heavy cannons.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
colonial mediation to some extent, I guess.
and it was interesting. Like when I was looking at the pool, studying for my series, there's 4 water maps in the first series, and so
Wow.
it's just you got to learn how to contest water. I know before they kind of switched out England, and since England could spawn as a water map, they replaced it with another water map. But nobody ever played water on England because it was...
Because you just play Ottoman, right?
Well, you play Ottoman or you play USA, and you just had to be super aggressive in that matchup because water is a little bit too slow there. Because why would you go for water when you could just have like TP Stagecoach? So
that's a fair point.
Water kind of is a curve that scales up rather well, whereas like TP Stagecoach is just like linear. You get 4 vills instantly, and so that map is just what civ can you have the most aggression with. So
which makes sense. We had a look on Samby's deck.
Ooh.
No water card at all.
No.
but a lot of industrial cards.
So there's 2 cards in there that I don't recognize. Well, one is that Stonemasons at the very far right of Age 3, which makes his Architect work faster. But then the other one is, what is that other Age 4 card next to the...
This one?
Oh, it's a battleship. Do we see...
Okay.
Do we see the battleship coming out?
Oh, please, Samby, go for a greedy FI, and I hope we're gonna get to see the battleship in action.
The battleship... I don't think the battleship has been seen yet in the tournament so far, so it would be
Have
ironic.
you experienced it in any way?
When it was first introduced, I used it, but yeah, if you go the
How
House
good
of
is it?
Vasa, it shoots really fast. That's all I'll say is it shoots really fast and it has long range. Yeah, it's like
Wow.
it's like a
Full
tank.
greed for.
Yeah, it's a tank
Yeah,
on the water.
sorry, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, we see full grid going in for Revnak there. 2 dogs on one side and a third on the other side. It's being built up. Wood crates being gathered and so many finishing boats in the queue already, and there's gonna be even more with 600 wood. Interesting shipments. I know he likes to go for these double wood crates back to back. Kind of strat when he goes for water boom, and I mean
if
he's spending it. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. He's spending it.
like it's gonna work out because there hasn't really been, like, Italy isn't known for its pressure. So like if there is any sort of pressure, it's like maybe like 5 musketeers or 10 musketeers. And 10 musketeers, they take a while to burn down docks, so
Yeah, exactly, and it's also being walled off, so it would take even more time for these muskets, and you could just react by training a caravel or something.
Yep. And just building some walls.
Yeah, full Kinesi style there.
Going into rendering plant.
Units.
Yep. This but on the other side, like, Samby's almost up already, and I don't think he cares about it at all. I think he's just gonna go straight for an FI.
Yeah, I think he's got a game plan, and it's a bit like when you play China versus Portugal in one map, and you go for that FI into that huge power spike that you get with China. And I think it's even stronger with Italy, right? Because they get so many good shipments in H4. You get 4 corps to deal with any artillery battle. You can age with 3 falconets as well. You get 2 corps, 2 falcons as well as a backup if you need to get even more.
Yep. And these are the age-up musketeers, so just sending in age-up musketeers to be a little bit annoying.
Yep, trying to deny the walling would be a good start, so he doesn't get slowed down when he wants to apply the pressure. And Revnak is on 57 bills already. It's going for CM.
Yeah, I mean, just doesn't want to die. That's essentially the idea. So he canceled rendering plant to go CM. Samby is going 2 falcs, so he could send the falcs to the water to clear up the docks.
I hope he goes close to the TC and identifies this. There's actually colonial militia in, and yeah, cleaning up the docks would be a play, but unfortunately he doesn't have anything to
clean up the water afterwards.
Back up to back up this push. He's got a forward outpost though. But yeah, he's going straight in for the town center, and his 2 TCs. It's gonna be really tough to bring them down with cannons.
Yeah, the two TCs can just focus fire down one of the falcs, and yep.
That's exactly what Revnak is doing.
So I think now he sees, okay, it's CM.
Yeah, nothing he can do about that. So change of plans. And what is he gonna do is what I wonder. He's going for Genoese finances. And probably gonna shift his attention back to the shore now.
Right, he can
Revnak
go
is
deal
close
with
to
the
aging, but
docks.
70 views. This is next level boom.
I mean, it completely pays for itself. He has 16 fishing boats will be left over on whales. And there's just no reason not to go super greedy.
Totally. He's gonna
Breeze,
kick up to the Fortress 8 now.
yep, he canceled the 2 caravels because he'll just go a frigate as soon as he gets to age 3.
And he doesn't mind that the dogs go down, because while as we were saying, somebody doesn't have anything to deny these fishing boats from gathering, so...
Right. And he thinks that there's only one dock there. Yeah, so he's already walking away, even though there's another. And, I mean, he could go for houses. Like, don't go for the TC, just go for houses, I guess, because
Yeah.
those are not in range of the TC.
TC is shooting at the Explorer as well.
There's
But
another TC going down.
Ooh, could try to snipe it, but that would be really risky because of colonial militia, obviously.
Yep. And Samby's going for 1k wood now, or 1k coin to age.
Yeah, I do like this decision.
I mean, I think if he could get a battleship, that could secure one side of the water, and then instead of him having 8 whales, he only has 4. But
yeah, indeed. He's going for the frigate now. Interesting that he cancelled the organ guns for that. Getting long lines now. Yeah, he's just gonna go for the frigate and gonna go industrial as well, by the looks of it.
well, when you have 54 vils on food at 10 minutes, you can kind of do whatever you want. Rendering plant coming in afterwards.
And his food income is ridiculous, even without the rendering plant.
Yeah, he's getting almost 3k food a minute.
And the frigate is gonna pop and clean probably both these cannons.
Yep, he should just broadside one of them and then shoot the other one. Oh, he broadside the low HP one.
Yeah.
But he might still be able to get the other one.
I don't know if he would get the line of sight with the wall. No, not quite.
So both going H4 right now, I think.
Yeah, but Revnak's eco is much stronger than the Italian eco at this point, and they're both gonna reach industrial are about the same time. Still, eco advantage for Revnak, but Samby will have access to much more powerful shipments, and I feel like it's going to be his win condition there.
I mean, at this point, Bruce needs to just drop military facilities and just spend his res. Oh, he's going for a frigate on that side, which will probably be up in time. Yeah, it'll be up in time.
Training post. It's gonna go stagecoach now? Man, this guy's greed is unreal. Okay, life
there we
open,
go.
maybe not.
There, the Raxes can probably drop 2 stables as well. Pretty much just needs to not die. That's. But I think if a battleship comes in the top side, he will be able to kill the frigate, and then he can clean the whole top side. And there's only one dock up for Breeze at this point. Oh, never mind. He still has the other dock. That one didn't go down.
One dock on the top, and one dock on the bottom, indeed.
So we have industrial out. There's the battleship. Yes. Battleship time.
The shipment, but he cancelled it. He's gonna get the flag being placed. And gonna try to build a dock, but there's a frigate somewhere. He's gonna come and deny it.
Advanced fortifications coming in.
Oh my god. Yep.
I mean, you can't lose if you have double the eco or triple the eco, and now he's making units. Samby had 51 military pop to 0.
Somebody's still going for the battleship, and I'm really curious to see that guy in action because I haven't seen it just yet.
He's gonna do great work against this.
Field guns.
Yeah, because he has 4 Falcons.
Oh my god, this thing is massive! 4,500 HP.
Yeah, good luck killing that. Amelia, you never look so good.
I'm gonna zoom on it a bit. Damn. Beast looking boat.
Amelia has shown up. And she
Now
is
he's going for
pissed.
Revnak connects and 2 Covalrians.
I mean, that's...
I think I'd go 4 Coals if I were him. So I don't think you need cannons than that, but
Yeah, I mean, he's upgraded both of them. And I mean, he has 4 Colves afterwards, which
is
he could
gonna
ship.
go 4 Coals again? I really hope he does. Because then he gets 6 Covalrians and upgrade them to Covalrians Royale or Springald.
Well, yeah, Springolds are like 10% better.
Okay.
So they get 40%, whereas the other ones only get 30%.
Okay, gonna push the dock now. Revnak
There.
getting 5
5
Covalrians out.
Culverins. Only way to deal with Amelia.
Oh, there's a lot of cannon exposed there.
Nice split fire from Breeze.
Yeah. Going really forward with this scopes though. Might lose one.
If Samby pulls forward, he should be able to snipe that one. Oh, he's...
Oh, he misclicked this.
Yep.
Counter infantry rifling being researched as well. 2 heavy cannons being shipped. And covering royals being trained. So both these players know what they're doing right now. Samby send 4 spring guards.
Now we just need a battleship on the other side.
You actually train those. Oh my god, yeah. 1k wood, 1k coin. Yeah,
Yeah, they're expensive.
indeed.
But as they should be, I mean, and you can only build one of them. So, I mean, he has 6 Springolds, but he doesn't have line of sight. Which...
He's Revnak training a monitor? No, he's not. He doesn't have quite the resources yet.
Okay. And a lot of the score is actually inflated for Breeze. But there are some pretty good cold shots that he could get off. Like, right there he could shoot, yep.
Oh. 2 field guns going down.
And 3 more Colves coming out.
Such a pain to try to cove micro in this choke with the muskets and the trees close to the shore as well. And somebody is shooting at the heavy cannons. He's not really shooting at the cove just yet.
Yeah. I
There's
mean,
3 more coves, like.
Breeze just has the better positioning because Defender's advantage is really strong here. So he has line of sight from the dock, plus line of sight from the walls. Like, his walls are giving a decent amount of line of sight. Which I think that's from the advanced fortification card.
Wow, way lower now. I believe he's got 2 factories already on the field. Yeah, he's got both of them. going on? Why is it
Amelia's...
shooting so fast?
It shoots that fast. It shoots 0.5. It doesn't do much damage, but...
Yeah.
But that's the end of all the Colves. There's no more Colv shipments, and Amelia's got to get back. And
Yeah, and counter infantry rifling is gonna be so good. God, musket's coming in, but got Cassados with infantry combat in.
also, it's really
What is
cool
Samby
the
sending
shooting
Mr.
pattern.
Area?
Like the way that the battleship shoots is it shoots at a certain spot on the frigate until it like breaks, and then it shoots a different spot of it. So really cool design. But at this point, it looks as though Breeze's eco is full steam ahead.
Way too far ahead, yeah.
Yeah, guard Castor is coming out. Probably gonna be followed up by Legion Dragoons.
Yeah, it looks to me that Breeze played that to perfection and was just one step ahead all game long.
Yeah, I mean, he went full grid, 4 docks, 700 wood, 600 wood, and then he kind of just saved a shipment. He's like, I could go for a rendering plant, or I could send CM. So he never sent that 4th shipment until he realized what Samby was doing, then decided, alright, we're gonna go CM. As long as we don't die, we just win because we have both sides of the water. Like Samby's FI, it made sense. It's
Yeah,
just
it makes sense to go for this musket cannon push, trying to get something done there, but the problem is he just got the docks down, sure, but he had nothing to really deny the water eco, and he couldn't do anything about the land as well, and by the time he reaches H4, well, Revnak is already going H4 himself with pretty much close to double the eco. I'm sure if we have a look on resources gathered, yeah, I mean, that's
right,
literally double the eco.
right. Water's like an exponential curve.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong on this map, obviously, he has so many wells.
Yep, you
In
get.
theory, it should be hard even for Portuguese to control both sides, but
Yeah, you just have
wasn't
to
really
have
worried this game.
a water contention, and it takes tons of games to actually get it sound. Like because there's water on this map, you just can't play normal. So you have to
Yeah.
play an anti-water strategy, and if you don't have one, it's kind of whoever goes water will win then.
Right.
Uncontested water, OP.
Yep. Agreed.
So,
So I believe this is the end of this series. Revnak winning it 3-0.
yep. So they're up 3-0. So he will await. Let's see who he will be awaiting. So he awaits Conqueror Absolute Utopia. And then Samby will wait for the loser of Conqueror Absolute Utopia. So if I were predicting, I would say Conqueror would win that series, and then it'll be Samby versus Absolute Utopia. And then Conqueror versus Revnak. And then the other group, we have Ezad Warsword and Keister Kevin. So those
Damn.
series are going on. And
A lot of good games incoming for sure.
yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see Ezad play. I know he hasn't played too much. He only played in the one qualifier and won it because EGOD is really good at the game.
Yep. Easy
And
for EZ.
so we will take a short break, figure out who we're going to cast next. But we have some more series after this, at least We might do another round 1 while they're kind of figuring out round 2, but I mean, round 2 should start in 12 minutes or so, but these things tend to run a little bit behind. We'll kind of have to play a lot of this by ear today, guys, so bear with us as we figure out the next round.
Yeah, we'll be right back.